Whoever trained you has nothing to reproach themselves for. You measure up in all the ways that matter.
Hello, malicious delicious people. Today's video is going to be about the Aeolak, a fun little monster of a weapon that has two firing modes. A full auto projectile and an AoE that says it does 10 times the damage, but in exchange for 10 times the ammo. However, in actuality, the damage is not very great. What do you do about that? We ignore it and just go to the primary fire because, yes. The Aeolak has a base damage of 60 in total, split between 4 elements, including radiation, which is a dual element, meaning you can have another dual element and keep it at up to 7 elements. I know, is it 7? No, it's 6. Sorry, 6. And a fun fact about modding is that damage comes from stacking modifiers, and you can do very interesting things with 60 damage. You can make it very, very large. I also will be building this without hunting munitions because I want to use the weapon for more than just fodder, which hunting munitions excels at, but I want to use it on acolytes too, which hunting munitions very much does not excel at. Speaking of acolytes, as long as you can hit the shot, an acolyte can be removed from the field quite well and quite easily. But in all honesty, there are better acolyte killers out there. Did I say killered? I put a D there. Anyway, but the build in demonstration will be squeezing everything out of this weapon. Everything that I can get out. Speaking of, alright, for today's build, we're going to be doing Galvanized Aptitude to get more damage after stacking it twice after 2 kills. In order to get those kills, we'll be using Serration and Galvanized Chamber to have multi-shot and damage. If you are confident in your ability to do headshots, it's also a good idea to use Prime Bane of whatever faction you're fighting, especially if you're not going to be using it against acolytes. Prime Shred in order to offset the critical delay, which is going to bring the critical chance to 63. And Vital Sense, which is going to be taking the multiplier to 5. You'll also be using the 90 versions of these mods because it's a bullet hose, and because it's a bullet hose that also gets status up to 59 with only the Galvanized Aptitude, you should be able to fully galvanize this mod and this weapon in a few shots. It'll also be doing 5 statuses, which I do believe is a total of 400% increase in damage. Keep in mind it's modded damage, so the Serration will add to it, and I believe it is not multiplicative, so it's not going to increase it by that much. It's going to be as if you had 2 Serrations on, or a Hornet Strike. Actually no, 2 Hornet Strikes. You'll also be using Deadhead because a very interesting thing I noticed is the fact that if you were to have a weapon that has a certain amount of damage, you will need to have a high amount of multipliers to make it powerful. Because remember, it's the multipliers that make your weapon powerful, not the damage itself. But it does help that this has a base of 60 total damage. So there's that. Also, we're using Vigilante supplies for our ammo, as well as the fact that we'll also be using it to, every once in a while, get a orange crit, which is very, very tasty. A cool thing about this weapon is that it is currently on the market for a very, very discounted price, alongside some other shit. Just make sure you pay your bills first, you poor bastard. Also, I figured I would rank my weapon a little bit differently this time. Essentially, I'm going to be putting out what my criteria is. So, positive on Acolyte kills, very nice. Negative on kill speed, unfortunately. Positive on sustainability, and positive on usability, giving it a total of 4 to 5 points. Keep in mind that the 1 is shitty weapons, while the 4 is actually a pretty decent weapon. Not all weapons can do acolytes. While also being able to be sustainable against most enemies. It's usually, this is going to sound weird, but it's usually a secondary can do this. As long as you build it right and use it with the right frame. Cough, cough. Gyre, cough, cough. Ureli, cough, cough. Who's the other one? Zephyr. Zephyr can do it too. But yeah, this has been scripted. I hope you have wonderful, wonderful nightmares. I will see you in them. And remember, if you're watching my content, I know you're into it. Honey, honey. Mwah. Good night.